This is Business Incorporated. Thank you for joining us. I'm Chimezie Obi Iwago. On the program today, Google launches free Wi-Fi hotspot network in Nigeria. BRICS emerging economies reaffirm support for multilateral trade under WTO rules. Plus, South Africa's NASPERS considers Hong Kong and New York listing of some e-commerce units. We'll get the show started now with the markets, and trading day in Africa looked positive at intraday as the two major markets were in green. The NSE index was up 0.31%. The JSE index was up 0.86%. Egypt is closed but traded in the green on Thursday. Kenya closed in the red on Thursday. In the Middle East, markets are closed today, but Saudi Arabia's stock market fell on Thursday after Riyadh reported an attack on two oil tankers by Yemen's Houthi movement, while other Gulf bosses moved little, suggesting investors don't expect the event to have much economic impact. The Saudi stock index closed down 0.38% as banking shares slipped. In Dubai, the index was almost flat, but Dubai Investments added 1.5%. Emma Properties and its unit, Emma Development, rose 0.4% and 0.8%, the day after Emma gave up update on its Dubai Creek Harbour development, where it is building the world's tallest structure, the Dubai Creek Tower. Abu Dhabi's index closed up 0.29%, with Emirates Telecommunications Group rising 0.6%, after reporting this week a 12.3% increase in second quarter profit. But in Qatar, telecommunications firm Ooredoo fell 1.3%, causing the index to close down 0.06%. And in Europe, markets were on track for fourth straight week of gains, with investors monitoring fresh earnings and looking ahead to key growth data due out in the U.S. later in the session. Well, my colleague in Frankfurt, Daniel Coop, joins me now. We'll get through to Daniel as soon as he's ready. All right, Daniel. Hello, Daniel. Good afternoon.
Hi, I'm here. Hi, can you see and hear me?
I can see you, Daniel. A beautiful Friday to you.
Perfect. Yeah, beautiful Friday to you as well. We are still sweating here today. There might be another heat record with 39 degrees. Yeah, I can't wait to go to the swimming pool, I guess, later.
Well, you just have to do that. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, what is the outlook from stock and bond market investors on U.S. second quarter GDP data due out today?
Yeah, this is actually very good that we just had this little delay here, because just a few seconds ago we got the second quarter GDP number from the United States. The Bureau there of Economic Analysis published that the gross domestic product grew at a 4.1% annualized rate. So this is pretty much in the range as we expected it. Investors here were thinking that most likely this would be at a level of about 4%, now 4.1%. Yeah, the economy in the United States is really getting a boost at the moment. We should see a positive reaction there also later at the stock market. Talking quickly about the United States, we also got the latest Twitter results. And again, Twitter is not doing as strong as they were doing. We're also going to talk, I know, in a second about Facebook. It's also the data security problem that now is bringing the user numbers at Twitter down, and as a result, those earning numbers were not anymore as promising as they were hoping for.
Sure. Talking about earnings, it wasn't a good one for Facebook either. And then that company is at 20% free fall and $120 billion market value wipeout. What's the lesson for Facebook and perhaps other social media giants?
Sorry for interrupting you. I mean, yeah, it's crazy. I mean, in one day, they lost 20%, of their share value, and this enormous amount also, in the value of the company. Mark Zuckerberg, he's probably still sleeping. It's still pretty much in the middle of the night there in the United States, there in California. When he's going to wake up this morning, he is going to have 15 billion US dollars less in his pocket. Well, he's still one of the richest men on earth, so I guess we don't have to worry about him, and also not that much yet about Facebook, because it's still one of the most valuable companies in the world. But Mark Zuckerberg, he was very clear when those data security issues were coming up. He was saying, well, we can work on data security, but we won't be able to deliver you the results that you guys on Wall Street and at other stock markets around the world want to get from us. So this is really an issue for the company. Also, there is still this question how cool Facebook still is, because when you look at the user numbers, they have been stagnant in the United States. They have been declining here in Europe. Mostly for young people, and I was just talking yesterday here with a colleague that was working with me here at the stock exchange. She was telling me that her kids aged 16 and 18, they don't even use Facebook anymore. For them, apps like Snapchat, where you can have those funny filters, that those apps are much more interesting for them. Now, Facebook needs to focus a little bit more on the other platforms that also belong to the Facebook group, because what many don't know, also Instagram, for example, belongs to Facebook. Many experts feel that with Instagram, Facebook still has the potential to make really good money. There are lots of ways, to monetize Instagram, with advertisements, for example. On the other hand, also WhatsApp belongs to the Facebook group, and as of right now, and I'm actually very thankful, we don't see any advertisement yet. In Facebook, of course, you have to pay this one-time amount when you sign up to WhatsApp, but also this might change in the future. For example, WhatsApp has a competitive messenger application in Asia, which is called Line, and Line pretty much offers the same services like WhatsApp, but they also have different things. You can even order food, you can do payments, you can do lots of things with this app, and of course also there is more advertisement in there. So yeah, we might see that Facebook is going to shift a little bit their attention from the classical Facebook product to these other platforms. And the other interesting thing also, and that's always very crucial also for advertisement companies, is not just the amount of users that are on a certain platform, it's also how much time in average they spend on a platform, and also this number has been declining. So yeah, there is lots of work for Mark Zuckerberg and his team in the upcoming next weeks and months.
Well, I guess they don't have a choice but to change their strategies. Anyway, the month of July is gradually coming to an end with the earnings still on tap. Now, what big and impactful earnings are there on tap as we step into August later next week?
There is so much happening in the next days and in the next weeks. Look here, I was pointing it out. Just these are the very important business appointments, business dates that we have for the next week. So my new colleague, by the way, we have a new colleague who's going to be here for the first time next week. His name is Paul Britz. He's going to have a busy first week with you here at the stock market, just to give you a little idea what you guys are going to be talking about in the next week. We're going to get inflation data here for the Eurozone. We were talking about that also yesterday. The ECB always want the inflation rate to be at a level of about 2%. That's going to be an issue. Then big companies also here listed in the blue chip index DAX, like Lufthansa, Germany's biggest airline, Siemens Healthineers, Fresenius. All those DAX companies will be opening their books. Then Apple also will provide their quarterly numbers. I mean, Apple, we know, is the most valuable company in the world. It's going to be very interesting if they can provide us another record as we have seen it happening throughout the last time. Then we also going to focus on Japan next week, because the Japanese central bank will give us an update on their monetary policy. Also, we'll be getting data from the consumer index here in Europe and also over there in the United States. So yeah, there are so many things to talk about. Also, Bitcoin is still going to be an interesting topic that you will be on the focus next week, because during this week the Bitcoin was going up again to a level of about $9,000 after it was completely, in a free fall some weeks ago. So yeah, lots to talk about. I won't be here, but I certainly will be watching. So yeah, back to you, and have a wonderful weekend to me, and see you again very soon.
Thank you very much, Daniel. It's been a wonderful week with you, and I'm looking forward to talking to Paul. Well, enjoy the rest of the weekend.